Today's Sunrise Smart Start begins with some breaking news this morning in Chilai. First responders battled flames at a rental property on Names Road today.
We have footage from there early on this morning. They tell us no one was at the home when the fire started. The flames did begin in the garage and spread to the outside of the home, burning pieces of it. The cause is still under investigation.
News 8 also working to learn more after police report finding a body inside of a home on the city's Upper West Side. They
responded to that call at the house on CoStar Street just off Dewey Avenue a little before 2 p.m. Sunday. When they got there, officers found the body of a man in his 60s inside of an upstairs apartment at the multi-family home. The name of the man has yet to be released as they work to notify any family immediately around here. Authorities are calling his death suspicious at this time.
It's officially been 9 days since 5-year-old Zy J. St. Pierre tragically fell into the Genesee River from the Andrews Street Bridge.
Ever since that night, 2 Sundays ago, first responders have been looking for that boy in the water since. And as the family grieves and tries to process what happened, so many in the community are calling for change, trying to stop something like this from ever happening to another family. A petition is going around in person and online, urging leaders here in the city to change the local requirement for the height of barriers and railings across our bridges. The current federal minimums per OSHA is for a railing to be 42 inches tall. Those supporting the petition say raising the local standard, making them higher, is needed to save lives. They also want to rename the bridge in memory of Zy J.
We need our city safe. Some say, well, you know, parents should watch their children. That is 1,000%. But children today have a lot going on. Families have a lot of dynamics, and it's not always easy to have your children right under you.
A group of pastors supporting this speaking there. Zy J's family plans to submit the signatures they have so far to City Hall. That will be at some point today.
In our national headlines, violent protests in Los Angeles continue over the federal immigration crackdown. Sunday, police faced off with those demonstrators. Outside of a federal immigration building, cars were set on fire and vandalized, and a large group of protesters also blocked LA's 101 freeway. The mayor there, Karen Bass, did urge demonstrators to remain peaceful and blasted the Trump administration over its choice to deploy National Guard troops, which she calls a dangerous escalation.
I don't want people to fall into the chaos that I believe is being created by the administration.
And President Trump used rare federal powers to bypass California Governor Gavin Newsom in order to send in the Guard. He says he may even go a step further and has not ruled out deploying active duty Marines.
Some cases we're following in court today. There's a bail hearing scheduled for the man accused of shooting a woman in Rochester several times last month. 44-year-old Robert Johnson turned himself in 3 days after RPD says he went to the woman's home for that shooting on Willow Street, something that started off as a domestic incident on May 25th. Police say Johnson shot the victim multiple times and robbed her. The 32-year-old victim did survive the shooting. Johnson is facing charges of attempted murder, burglary, and grand larceny. He's in court at 9:30.
Also today, sentencing for the man convicted of beating 61-year-old man there to death inside of a Rochester business nearly 2 years ago. 40-year-old Quintel Crockton was found guilty of murder for the death of Teron Felder in August of 2023. Police also tell us that Crockton had started beating Felder outside of a home on J Street before moving that altercation indoors. Crockton was arrested in November of that same year. He's set to be sentenced today at 10 a.m.
Sunrise traffic updates here. 651, a new one on the southern side of the county. Clover Street at Menden Center Road, just reported within the last 5 minutes or so. Elsewhere, we are looking good. Average drive times here early on this Monday. We've got more sunrise traffic coming your way at about 7:25.
Well, an alert here, maybe before you make your breakfast. The FDA says recalled brown eggs distributed by August Egg Company have been linked to a salmonella outbreak in 7 states. In fact, it's sickened at least 79 people. 21 of those have been hospitalized. The eggs were sold under multiple brand names, including Clover, First Street, and O Organics. The FDA urges consumers, restaurants, retailers don't eat or serve these eggs. Take a look at your screen if you recognize any of these brands. You want to also sanitize any surfaces they may have come into contact with, and try to contact those retailers for a full refund as the investigation into the outbreak continues.
News 8, your local election headquarters, and we're hearing more from New York's Lieutenant Governor Antonio Delgado, who's now running for governor, and his decision to go up against his boss, Kathy Hochul.
Lieutenant Governor, did you talk to Governor Kathy Hochul about you wanting to run for governor, and if so, how did that conversation go?
No, we have not spoken in a little while. Even going back so far as when I said I didn't have any intention of running again for re-election and will be exploring my options. So it's been a while since we've actually had a chance to communicate.
A while since they've talked. They did run together. Now they're running against each other. Delgado talked about his goals if he wins.
I'm still engaged with New Yorkers all across this state, talking with folks from upstate, downstate, and everywhere in between. Veterans, farmers, small businesses, students, teachers, and faith-based leaders. Just trying to make sure I understand, right now, what are the needs?
Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik is eyeing a run for the governor's office. She and other leaders with the GOP say they'll have a press conference today addressing top issues facing New Yorkers, such as affordability and public safety. Game 2 of the NBA Finals, and this has been the motto for Oklahoma City all season. Lose one game, respond in the next. They rarely lose back-to-back, and that did not happen for the Thunder Sunday night at home. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored 34 points. Alex Caruso got 20 off the bench. The Thunder did bounce back, beating the Pacers 123-107 to tie the series at a game apiece. Game 3 in Indy midweek.
Well, one patriotic Canandaigua woman celebrating her 90 trips around the sun.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above.
That is Miss Pat Searles. We had previously reported on her daily tradition to sing God Bless America every day on her balcony at her apartment. It's a habit she picked up 5 years ago and has stuck ever since. She says that tradition also serves a greater purpose, keeping alive the memory of her late husband, Fred. Now, we were able to join up with Miss Pat at the public house where she and her closest family and friends, as we can see, celebrated her birthday with a party.
We have a lot of blessings, that's for sure, and I want to keep them coming. I'm asking a lot of people if they want to sing at noon, wherever they are, sing at noon or whenever they get around to it. It's God Bless America.
Well, as we can see, Miss Pat has quite a lot of friends and family there. For 25 years, she served as the Seneca Town Clerk and then later as Treasurer in Ontario County. And among her listeners is her #1 fan and her next-door neighbor, older sister, Jo.
7 hours or 5 hours so we get to the next one coming up there midday at noon.
Yes,
yeah.
She will be dutifully out there, I'm sure.
Yeah, how about that? No rain for her right at noon, but it's going to be right behind that. We've got showers and thunderstorms expected later today, so they'll get going from west to east. We'll see them as they come in through Erie County and then kind of chugging along the region. Could be strong to severe. Best chance for severe, higher chance in the southern tier and Finger Lakes there. Those numbers spike in the upper 70s. Then tomorrow, just an isolated shower here and there. Most of the day looks pretty good. Wednesday's nice as well. And then we'll kind of wait for later in the week for those showers and thunderstorms. So get through today, and it's a pretty quiet stretch through most of the week.
All right. Thank you, James. We'll be here at noon tracking the storms. Enjoy your Monday.
We certainly will. Have a great day. Your next update is in 30 minutes.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.